Hello there, running-ears. It's Manny again, and I'm excited. We got a little over a month to go, but September's almost done. October, we're going to be training. We're going to be going to Wine and Dine in November. I'm excited about everything. I'm assuming you guys are excited too. So today I'm going to have some news, and the topic is going to be a little bit different because I've been getting a lot of questions behind the scenes, like, why do I do this? What's going on with me in my life? What made me want to do something like this? And so I'll get to that. But before we do, guys, you guys have been amazing. Still more people are subscribing to the channel. You guys are sharing the information, which is what this channel is all about. It's about you guys and doing good by giving the information. So that way, you know, we can help others the way that we were helped beforehand. So thank you very much. But if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel real quick. Comment down below, guys. You guys are amazing, and let's get right to the news. So the Disneyland proof of time is due October 3rd. So you got about a week to get that proof of time in. So guys, if you want to get a better corral, or get a chance, I should say, at a better corral, make sure that you get your proof of time in. So remember, guys, you can use a 10 miler, you can use a 10K. I'm sorry, you can use a 10 miler, you can use a half marathon or a marathon, guys, and it's just logging into your account. You're going to go to your account. You're going to go to edit your registration. When you scroll down, there's going to be the part where you can actually put in the race time. And so you're going to have to get that link. Make sure that you get the link. And like I said in the last video, make sure that it's United States Track and Field, USTF. Make sure that it is certified. It's a certified course. If not, there's a chance they may take it, but they may not. So guys, so proof of time is due pretty soon. So guys, I'm not part of Club Run Disney, and a couple people on social media were going to, Manny, you're not. No, I'm not part of Club Run Disney. I still haven't, and I did the videos where I couldn't justify spending the money to do that myself. Doesn't mean it's not worth it, because again, some people think it's totally worth it. Other people will say it's a waste of time. And to be honest with you guys, to each their own. I'm never going to criticize anybody for having it or for not having it. It's none of my business. But one of the things that just dropped was the medal reveal for the virtual 10K that they're going to get during the winter months. If you look at that medal, it looks like it's an inner spinner. That is awesome, guys. I really, really love this medal. I thought it was really, really cool. Of course, I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to earn it. But for those of you guys who are going to get it, congratulations, guys. It's a really cool medal. Now, also that dropped was the jacket. And I liked it. I like the neutral color of it. I like that it's baby blue. You know, it's neutral. It's usually a pretty good little jacket there. So guys, if you're going to get this one, also congratulations, guys. You know, it's great. You pay for it, and I think it's a nice jacket. And so, you know, you never know. One of these days I might get into Club Run Disney and get one of these two things. But let's move on. So guys, I don't know about you guys, but Telegram has been beeping so much, and I believe X now will be beeping a lot also, because a lot of the races are opening up. I was just talking to somebody recently about, you know, that they should have a period where you can resell the tickets, you can make some money. This is coming from another runner who doesn't run Disney, but runs other runs, and said that's what they do for other runs. I think it's a great idea, but they're kind of doing it. These dingings, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but this is the most dinging I've heard in years. And it seems like, you know, once it starts, it goes on. So I was going to give some tips, because this is what I noticed whenever I've gotten into. Like, again, I've gotten into the runs that I've wanted to, at least for now. So when it dings, what I do is I go on there. Most of the time, it's gone already. But what I do is I start refreshing the screen. And I refresh the screens. I kind of stay at the ones that have been opening up. And guess what, guys? Probably half the time, another run will open up. And it looks like, I tried it myself, and it looked like I got pretty much close to the end. I'm not sure if I would have been able to get to the end, but guys, my whole tip is that once you hear the first one, get to your computer if you have access to the computer, your phone, and you have the time, guys, because I know some of you guys don't have the time. But if you have the time, guys, then just keep refreshing. It pops up. Get in there as quickly as you can. Magical luck. I always love seeing you guys on the course. So of course I root for you guys to get in, but man, I don't. Is it just me that it's just been opening up so much now, so much lately? But that brings me to the next point and bit of news. So because people are desperate to try to get into a lot of these runs now, they are going online. And so a lot of the things that I noticed is charities have been opening up. And so I try to post whatever I can on the social media, on the Facebook page, and I should do it on Instagram, and I'll probably will start doing it on Instagram. Whenever I hear of a charity going on there, I'll even try to put the link so that way you can go in there as quickly as possible. But there have been a lot of them that have been opening up, guys. So guys, charities have been opening up, not as much as the Telegram, the regular registrations have, but they're still out there, guys. As a matter of fact, I think I just saw recently that Wine and Dine had 3 5Ks open. So guys, continue looking at the sites. The ones that I look at is the runDisney markets, and so on Facebook, and I'm able to see those. But guys, magical luck if you want to get in. Now, brings me to my next point, because since there's so much stuff opening up, and I'm going to throw in the after party that sold out so quickly for Wine and Dine. Usually it doesn't sell out this quickly, but a lot of people have been asking, hey man, can I get an extra ticket? You know, is somebody selling them? And then other people are selling them. Now, granted, more people are looking for them, it seems like, that are selling them. So right now the demand is higher than the supply. What that brings out possibly is scammers, guys. And especially, again, you want to get into a run, you want to go into the after party, and you're desperate, so you put on there and you get on social media and put on there, man, I'm looking for two. My father wanted to come after all, and he's elderly, he wants to do this, blah, 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 and stuff like that. Guys, the only thing I'm going to say is be very, very, very careful. I have fallen for a scam for gift cards in the past, and I have been scammed out of it, out of some money. Luckily, it wasn't a lot of money, but I have been scammed, guys. So guys, I urge you guys to be careful, guys, to be very, very careful when you're doing it. Obviously, in our social media pages, I allow very little to be put out there, and something like this, I got to know the person, so that way I make sure that everybody is protected. And so guys, now again, hitting the half. And if you didn't watch last week's video, if somebody comes and tells you, I got 2 tickets already, I can send them to you right now. They haven't been sent out yet. We're still at least 2 weeks away, maybe even 2.5, 3 weeks away from being sent those tickets, guys. So guys, that's a hint and a half. If you see that person on social media on different sites and they have different number of tickets, different needs, different selling points, whatever it is, that's a hint and a half too, guys. So guys, just be very, very careful, because I know a lot of you guys out there are looking for tickets, or know somebody is looking for tickets, whether or registration to a run. And guys, you get desperate, and then all of a sudden somebody sells you something that you can't use. And so I just don't want anybody to get scammed. But let's go to today's topic. So guys, anybody who knows me and deeply wants to get to know me and stuff, one of my favorite books is Start With Why by Simon Sinek. So why is WHY? It is why we do stuff. So the purpose. Why do we do stuff? And I often think about it as I've gotten older. I kind of sit back and I go, why am I doing this? Why do I want to do this? What is the end game for this? What am I trying to accomplish with this? And so I'll go back and I'll give you a history of what I have done with runDisney. So I've been a runner most of my life. I was back in high school. I ran especially as a trainer. I was running with a lot of my clients. I had a lot of fun doing it. I was doing a lot of the rock and roll series. And then one day I stumbled across runDisney. So I decided to do a runDisney event, Disneyland. And my first event was August 31st, 2008 at Disneyland. And I still remember it. It was an awesome experience. I was undertrained. But back then, I actually could train a little bit harder. I was a little bit younger, and I could train a little bit harder. So once I transitioned over to Disney World, which was a little over 2 years later, so it was in November of 2010 is when I ran my first run at Walt Disney World, and that was the Wine and Dine nighttime run. And that was followed by the January 2011 run, which was the marathon. And ever since then, I've kind of been hooked. I've been running them on almost a regular basis, but I wasn't recording. Back then, I was very competitive. I actually went out, and a lot of the times I would finish in close to an hour and a half for the half marathons, the marathons under 4 hours. But then I decided, hey, I decided what I was going to do is, because I was sharing this information with my friends and family, So not you guys first, but my friends and family. So I wanted to record stuff. So I started recording stuff in the mid-2010s, and I would just mainly take pictures or do small stuff with my phone. And then I got the first GoPro that I bought, my GoPro 3. And I actually filmed GoPro 3. I did a 2018 marathon. I actually did the Goofy Challenge. And I'm going to give you a small snippet because this is hard to watch, guys. But I'm going to give you a small snippet right now. Let's take a look of about 15 seconds of that run.
There's a fire, you said? There they are. See them over there. John, up there. In the corner. Melissa. Hey, what about Road Warriors?
So guys, it was really hard to watch. It was bouncing all over the place. That was a GoPro 3. There wasn't any stabilization. I was younger. I didn't know. I hadn't practiced with the GoPro, so I didn't know how to handle it. So I was running and I was doing this, and it was all over the place. It just was hard to see, but I was only sharing it with my friends and family on a different channel. So what happened was I decided, you know, I got to do better with this. So that's when I went out and got the GoPro 7. So I got the GoPro 7. I started doing a little bit more recording, and I wanted to basically record more and more because people were asking me, Manny, tell me about the characters. Why did you record that? Tell me about, you know, did they have anything special on the courses? Where are the porta potties? You know, that kind of stuff. Where do they have any giveaways where the water, you know, stations? Do they have any medical stations? You know, and so forth and so on. So I said, you know what, I'm going to start recording more and more and more. And so when I did, I started recording more. So actually now I had to run with battery packs and stuff. So and then I had to buy an extra battery because I had to run with that and stuff. And I said, you know what, I'm going to switch this because people started, you know, looking me up and they started asking questions. So I said, you know what, let me make a whole channel out of this. When then the pandemic hit, guys, and actually I had run the Goofy Challenge that year. Then I had not run the Princess that year. That was 2020. And then all of a sudden Star Wars was canceled. So you know what, guys, just like everybody else, I was bored at home. And then I said to myself, you know what I can do? I can make this channel grow. I can give some information so that way when we come back, people have some information to go to. And so this is what I started doing. I started making these videos, and so it grew from there. But now we get to why am I doing this and why am I continuing doing this? Well, first of all, I enjoy it so much. I have a blast. I like researching. I'm always reading stuff on Run Disney stuff. So why not share it with you guys? Why not share my experiences with you guys? Basically 800 miles run at live Run Disney events since, you already know, since 2008. So over 15 years, about 800 miles. And so one of the reasons is because there's so much misinformation. And guys, and I should say it's kind of deceptive information because a lot of times we think we know because of something that happened in the past, but it's been changing. And so guys, I try to give the best information that I can. So if you notice, I will say historically it's been here, but things can change. So if you hear me say that, it means that 95% of the time, or 95% chance, this is what it's going to be, but there's a 5% chance it's not going to go on there. But just recently I was watching one of the big Walt Disney World news channels, and they're great, they're fantastic and everything, but they gave a little bit of misinformation. They actually said that if you run the 10K and the half, you will automatically get the challenge medal. That is not true. That's not factual, unless you actually signed up for the challenge itself. If you signed up for them separately, you do not get the challenge medal, and I've said this over and over and over. I try to give this information so that way you guys can also share it. But guys, this is one of the reasons that I continue doing this. This is another reason why I do this, so that way you get the best information possible. And you guys know me, I sometimes say I don't know, but I'm going to try to find out. Especially when you comment down below, I go, great question. I'm going to find out for you guys. But there are other reasons why I continue doing this. I noticed that a lot of people get critical for Run Disney or other runners and stuff, and they try to give out, sometimes they don't even give out solutions, but when they give out solutions, they're not viable solutions. So I've always said, whenever I've done these videos, whenever I have brought up an issue, I always try to bring up a solution. Now the solution must be viable to the majority of the people. That means that even if I'm giving a solution, and it doesn't really, it affects me in a negative way, but it affects the majority positively, I would be all for it. You would never hear me get angry or anything, because I like solutions that actually that help out the majority of people. That's the way it should be, and that's the way Run Disney should always do things. So guys, that's one of the other reasons I try to make this channel, so I can give you guys some solutions that hopefully are viable for the majority. And another reason is because there's so much negativity out there, so people attack other people, and I am so proud of you guys. I'm gonna get to another reason why I do this right now, but I am so proud because I see a lot of you guys. I've gotten to know you, even if it's not personally on social media, so I know your names, and then I see people ask questions, and some of these questions are some things, sometimes are things that we consider common sense. But when I step back and I think about it, and I said, one day a long time ago, I was in their shoes and I didn't know the answer to that question. So I'm asking this question. A lot of people give sarcastic remarks, they just are mean. And one of the things that I'm so proud of is that whenever I see somebody who is on this channel and is answering that, they are so nice to them, and they said, you know, this is the way it is, whatever it is. If you have any other questions, please ask, and stuff like that. God bless you, so forth and so on. And so I think that that's great. So one of the other reasons I do this channel is to keep it positive. We want to keep everything as positive. That's one of the reasons you don't hear me go on rants. Even though sometimes I think to myself, should I? No, but I'm never going to go on rants, or at least I'm going to try my hardest never to go on rants, especially when there's no solution and stuff. Keep everything positive, which brings me to my next point. The next reason I do this is for you guys. You guys are amazing. You guys are so much fun to interact with. Again, I have people interacting with me on social media, here, at the parks, during the runs, and every single time, everything I have had has been so positive, and that's the main reason why I keep doing this. Because again, it feels like I'm helping out, and so again, I don't get paid to do this. I don't what's it called? I don't have a salary to do this. I'm not part of Run Disney. I'm not employed by them or anything. But what I do is I try to keep it positive, and I keep getting this feedback. And guys, that is the main reason why I continue doing this. So 2 things I want to leave you with before I go away is, people always ask me, or they have asked me in the past, what is your favorite, most memorable run? Guys, they've all been memorable, little by little. From my first one, I still remember my first one at Disneyland, my first one at Disney World, my first, Princess, my first, just on down the line, Star Wars. I remember them all. But I have to say, when you combine everything that I have just said, the one that I love the most and sticks out in my head the most is the 10K, the Princess this year. So 2023 Princess this year, the 10K. I decided to do something new, guys, and if you haven't seen the video, please look it up. It's here. So guys, I decided to run with the balloon ladies, or stay with the balloon ladies the whole run. So I learned a whole bunch about about runners that are running Run Disney. I learned so much about the balloon ladies, they're fantastic, they're great, but it made me see stuff in different perspectives. So now when people get mad, and why did this people do this, and why did they do this, you don't know. And when I was back there and I was chit-chatting with them, talking to a lot of them, watching what they were going through, it opens up your eyes. So it was an amazing experience in the way that I learned so much just watching. And you learn so much about humanity. Just watching these people go through what they're going through. They're in the back that are struggling or are trying their hardest. They're trying to persevere, just on down the line. It was just amazing, guys. So that one is the one that sticks out to me as my favorite that I have had, especially in recent history. And the next thing that I want to say is just basically an announcement, guys. Guys, I don't see this often. Maybe I've missed it on social media, but I am going to try to see if I can start up a group of us that actually meets after the runs. So whenever we run live, I will see if we can meet up. And again, yes, it's going to be a social gathering. But guys, this is what guys don't take into consideration. Taking pictures with the medals. That way, maybe somebody can be responsible for taking the medals. We can take pictures with them. You can take your own if you feel more comfortable. But this is the reason that I say to do this. I am about 25% creative. So the other 75% is not very creative, guys. So guys, so I keep thinking to myself, I've been around people say, hey, this would be a good picture. You know, that's a great idea. So I thought to myself, if we could spend like an hour or so, maybe, you know, and then after that, people can go off on their own, or they can still hang around, get on rides, but maybe take about an hour where we go around the parks, maybe Magic Kingdom, Epcot, whatever it is, and we can take some pictures with the medals, different poses, different things. And again, so you guys can help add to the 75% creativity, so we can have some really cool pictures all together, post them on social media, make everybody jealous. But again, guys, that's an idea. I'm going to start posting it out there. You know, we start off with a couple people doing it. That's fantastic. We start off with 100 or 200 people doing it. That's fantastic too, guys. But guys, what do you guys think about that idea? And again, I'm going to be posting it on social media, the Run in Ears Facebook page and Instagram page. But guys, with that said, guys, you guys are amazing. Keep up the awesome work. Starting next week, I'm going to have a lot of information because we're going to hit October. So we're going to have information about the expo. We have a running etiquette video coming up. So I'm going to have to dust out my GoPro, which I'm going to be using, and we're going to give some tips on running etiquette. There's going to be a whole bunch of other stuff because things are going to be dropping, guys. Information is going to be dropping within the next month. And guys, without further ado, guys, create a magical day, create a magical run, and guys, see you sooner than later.